Can I get a hail yeah? It is match week, ladies and gentlemen. Lots to talk about, and it's a great thing I got two great conversation partners here with me today at Peculiar Ales in Windsor, introducing our manager, Éamon Zayed, and his good buddy, our assistant coach for this season, Colin Falvey. They got a lot to say to me today. They go back a ways. So, Éamon, I'm actually going to let you introduce your buddy here. What can you say about your relationship, and then what everybody should know about Colin here?
Well, first and foremost, I don't think he was officially announced. So
this is our announcement.
Here's our announcement, our official announcement. Colin Falvey, our new assistant coach, obviously taking over from Kevin Sawchak. Delighted to have him on board. As soon as I got this job, Colin is somebody that I've known ever since I came to the States in 2016. And as soon as I got this job, he was the first name that came to mind about taking this opportunity as an assistant coach. I think he was at Sacramento Republic in the USL Championship at the time. So better late than never. He's arrived, delighted to have him. What does Colin bring? Why did I bring him here? Well, look, he brings a wealth of experience. Colin has been in the US longer than I have. How long? I mean, 2012, is it? Or
2000, on and off since 2009.
So even longer. So Colin brings a wealth of experience, knows the game inside out, knows the leagues, MLS, USL Championship, USL League One, NPSL, NISA, you name it, he knows it. So he brings that wealth of experience and knowledge and what it takes. He's won championships here, so he knows exactly what it takes to be a winner and be successful. So he brings that to the group. Obviously, his networking is far and wide, not just in the States, but if I need to know about a player, a team, any inside knowledge, I'll ask him and I'll have the information by the end of the day, which is great to have that as a resource. But no, look, I was fortunate to work with Colin as a player. 2016 in the 11, he was my captain. We both played there. We won in the 11's first ever championship and only ever championship to date. Together, he captained the side. So I know he's a leader, which is big. It's big for us. We want to have leaders, not just on the team, but even off the field with our coaches as well. So he brings that leadership as well, which we'll need throughout the season. From there, we also worked together in Chattanooga Red Wolves. I came in as player, second assistant. He was the assistant coach under the late Tim Hankinson. So again, we've worked together. I mean, for the best part since I've got for the best part of the last 6-7 years since I've been to the States, and being best friends off the pitch as well since. So no, great combination, brings a lot to the role, and delighted to have him.
Beautiful. Now I've done some research on Éamon as a player, right? I want to hear kind of from each of you, but Colin first. What was Éamon like as a player, and then I definitely want to hear about what you got to say about your buddy Colin there. So Colin, I'll start with you. How do you describe Éamon as a player from your perspective, having known him so long?
If I had to sum it up in one word, I would say clinical. Obviously, you look at his numbers, his track record, proven goal scorer, not just here in the US, but all over the world. Obviously, big name at home in Ireland. Everybody knows him back there, but other countries, went to Malaysia. Wherever he's gone, he scored goals. Obviously, the big one, Iran, famous for a hat-trick over there in a big derby game.
همچنان بادامکی سانتر او بروی دروازه فرصت این زمان توی دروازه گل برای پرسپولیس یه گل استثنایی دیگه حساب کار رو 3-2 میکنه ایمان زاید.
At the end of the day, people talk about the number 9, the attacking players, how their roles have changed over the last 10 years, say, for example. But one thing that doesn't change, you need goal scorers to win games, you need goal scorers to win championships, and he was exactly that in his career. So the nice thing is I don't have to worry too much about that side of the game when it comes to our coaching, because I know he's going to be all over it and on top of it and demanding our attacking players to be clinical just like he was.
I know we got some plenty of goal scorers to come this season, as far as we can tell, right? From our training sessions, from our just knowledge of the guys here. But so that was Éamon. Éamon, what was Colin like as your captain, right?
Well, that was quite flattering. I don't know if I'm going to be as flattering as that, but no. One thing Colin said, he mentioned there, obviously me as a player, as a goal scorer, clinical, putting the ball in the back of the net. And look, the game is about scoring goals and keeping the ball out of the your own net. And that was Colin. Centre back, hard, tough as nails. There's a great photo, we might be able to put it up, a great photo of him playing for Indy 11 against Edmonton. Banging the head, he's bleeding, they bandaged it up and he's back on the pitch, heading balls away. You know, as a forward when I played with him, you know, again, I always knew that if I could score, we had a great chance of keeping a clean sheet with Colin at the back, organising, and just being that leader and that competitor. Hated to lose. And you need that from that leader, that centre back. You know, you need to know that he'll put his head through anything for the team. Always team first. Put your body on the line to try and get that win. And that was Colin. You know, I'd like to think that he could play a little bit as well with his feet. Not so sure about that. Did score a couple of set pieces, to be fair. But no, really he was just a hard-nosed defender that will put his body on the line for the team. And he would lead by example. And that would just feed through the team. So yeah, it was obviously great to play with him. I knew of him before I got to the States, playing back in Ireland. We came across each other when I was younger and I was up and coming, making my first, I think it was my first senior season, or second.
You teased this, I think.
Yeah, there's an article out there, Colin Falvey slips to let Zayed in for a second goal, so played against him, had some good moments as well playing against him, so yeah.
He's welcome for the career he's had.
There you go.
Someone's got to give him a start.
It all ended with this, right? It all culminated with this, right? But it sounds like, I mean, even in your playing days, it's kind of two sides of the same coin, a good complement, playing style, right? Does your leadership style complement each other? What is that dynamic like when you're out there coaching and in a training session and soon to be in all these matches?
Yeah, I think it does, yeah. I think it does. I mean, I knew what he was like, as I said, having worked with him, not just as a player, but I saw him working, obviously, with Chattanooga Red Wolves in the USL League One in 2019. I went in and watched him work with Mark Briggs in Sacramento in 2020, 2021. So I knew what he was like. I knew what he would bring. And yeah, I think it complements each other. I think we do complement each other well. I think we, in terms of how we see the game playing, I think we're very, very similar, which is great. We're all kind of going down that same road together. We know he knows what I want. You know, in pre-season, I missed a week. Had to go home for a family reason, and I knew that the team was in safe hands. I knew he knew exactly what I wanted, what we were looking for, what we were trying to do. So I have no worries if I was to miss a game or so, that it's in his hands, because he knows exactly what I want. Sometimes we play good. Well, sometimes he has to play good cop.
Yeah, it's true.
Because I just I thought I was going to be good cop, but it turns out he's probably good cop more than me. But no, I do. I think it complements. I think we work well together. The most important thing is we know exactly what we want, and we want the same exact thing. So players are not getting different information. If I talk to a centre back or a centre forward or a right winger or a left winger, and I let them know what I'm looking for, and a week later, a few days later, a month later, Colin talks to him, it's going to be the same information.
And Colin, you obviously knew him as a player. You did a great job describing him, very flattering. What would you say about him as a manager? How's that met your expectations so far?
Yeah, it's funny because obviously Éamon had seen me work previously, but it's been it's first and foremost, his knowledge of the game is up there with anybody. So I'm not surprised seeing him on the field, what he's doing already in a short span of time, because he's very, very calculated, very, very sure of what he wants, very, very opening as well, open to the players receiving and information. So he's always there for them. Sessions have been great. In my opinion, he's done a great job so far in leading the club. If you look at last year, obviously looking in from the outside, some great results along the way, some big scalps, obviously in the Open Cup with the MLS win. So it was interesting watching from the outside, but now being in on a day-to-day basis, I can see why he's laid good foundations here, and now it's my job to support him and be a part of it, and even write better history and create better situations and stories for us over the next 12 months.
But this club is got some new faces, got some of the same faces. What have you, Colin, I'll ask you first, what have you noticed about this club? What do you like most about the group of lads you got out there right now?
Yeah, a couple of things. Regarding the group, Éamon told me, it filled me in most of the guys. I knew most of them even without knowing them coming here, just obviously from my networking and scouting and watching games. He made me well aware there was a good group of honest, hard-working guys that wanted to learn and wanted to get better, which is half of the battle. And then obviously we talked about the new guys coming in and how they're going to gel together with them. And the most pleasing thing for me is they come in every day, even if they've had a bad day on the training ground. The next day they're ready to come to work again and try to put things right. So that's been pleasing. Outside of that, from the club as a whole, the most impressive thing is probably the the building in the new stadium. The potential of what this club could be.
The ceiling.
The ceiling, yeah, exactly. So that's impressive to see that, because it's literally happening day to day in front of our own eyes, and so it's exciting to be a part of it, to be honest.
Yeah, quite literally growth all around you, kind of on all fronts, right? What about the growth of these guys through 6 weeks of preseason, was it?
Yeah.
And how well they've gelled together?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've done 7 weeks altogether of
7 weeks.
preseason. Yeah, I think we've done 7 weeks altogether of preseason, 7 preseason games in that time frame. Yeah, for me, I felt last year we had a really good group of guys, honest, hard-working group of guys that really wanted to do well. You know, and there were moments, as Colin mentioned, there were moments where we looked like a hell of a team. Obviously, we mentioned the US Open Cup games, but even in the league, there were some really good games. I remember we went down to Greenville away from home. They were the 2021 champions. We went down there and beat them 2-0 and played them off the park, to be honest.
The same 11 still out there in the 60th minute. Cross from Prentice, a good header, and what a finish! Irvin Parra at the back post conjures a road goal for Northern Colorado, and they lead.
I saw the potential and level of this group. Ultimately, we didn't do what we set out to do last year, which was fine. First year club, still hurt. So this year we set out to find any of the missing pieces that we needed to bring in. We wanted to become stronger as a group. There was areas that we wanted to become stronger in. We felt just didn't quite click last year. You know, no reason at all for the player, the level of player. It just didn't work. You know, Tommy Olsen, for instance, really good goalkeeper. Just didn't work out for him here. Brought in Lalo Delgado, and he's looked good. He's looked sharp. Come in from Phoenix Rising as their number 2. He's come in as our number. Well, him and Johan will compete, which is great because Johan done really well last year as well.
Yeah.
And I
Save
know
of the year in the league,
I feel
am I
like
right?
said again.
Save of the year in the league, am I
Save of the
right?
year, yeah. He pulled off some worldies of a save. But again, I feel like we're stronger there.
Yeah.
You know, goals. We talked earlier. You mentioned that, you know, in pre-season we scored a hell of a lot of goals this year. You know, which is great to see. It's good to get in that goal scoring habit. And that was an area that we wanted to improve. Last year we had players that again just didn't find form. Daniel Scally, Lachlan McLean, so good players. Just didn't quite work out. Ethan Vanacore Decker, Jerry Destoon. There was glimpses of what they could do, but it didn't work out as a whole. This year we wanted to add a bit more quality and strength and depth, and and get goals and find who's going to be, find goals from different areas, which I think we did. I think we've seen some smashing goals over pre-season.
Yeah.
Goals from all over, but in particular, our front players and our wide players have really chipped in this year with this pre-season so far with goals, and hopefully we can continue that onto the league this year. So that's really important. And then, I guess, thirdly for me, last year we did have a really good group of players, and they did. They did want to win and succeed and do well. And we wanted to bring in players with that same mentality. We obviously kept 12 players from last year's squad, so we didn't lose anybody that we didn't want to lose. The 12 players that stayed, we really wanted them to stay. Some key pieces last year that some of them are new to the league, and I know that they are going to kick on and be even better this year. But a great mentality from that group that are coming back, and we wanted to add to that mentality. We wanted players that are motivated to come in and do well, and we're not just a team here in Northern Colorado that just want to, put a team out and win, lose or draw. We all celebrate, because we're a second-year club. We can look for all those excuses or reasons or whatever. We want to put on a team that will go out and want to win every single game, that want to be successful, that want to win a USL League One championship. And I feel like with the new players that we've brought in, they all want that. We all have the same goal. We ain't here just to compete. We're here to win it. And hopefully we can do it. There's a lot of exciting things going on off the pitch that Colin mentioned. The dome, the indoor dome, that's fantastic. The best in Colorado, hands down. One of the best in the country, no doubt. So we're training on that day in, day out. We're obviously looking forward to our home opener here in Future Legends Sports Complex. Obviously, it's the smaller of the two stadiums, but still, it's our home. I can't wait to kick off there. The guys can't wait to kick off there. To have that consistency at home and make that a fortress. There's so many things going on off the pitch. Even in the front office, we're expanding. And I think that will just help us on the pitch to be more consistent. So really, really excited to kick off our season, as you can tell.
Yeah, I can tell, for sure. And I can tell the hunger is a good word that I think you used, a word that, I like to use. How can you see that hunger? How can you sense that, especially ahead of this game you have ahead of you on Saturday in Chattanooga?
From the day one of pre-season, we were all focused on the start of the season. This game against Chattanooga. As soon as we found out who we were playing, the schedule, that's what we were focused on. That's what we were looking forward to doing, to going out there and starting our season. Pre-season is it's all about obviously gaining fitness, getting the guys to gel together, kind of trying to work on our concepts, what we're looking for as a team, bedding in the new players. But really, we just want to fast forward 7 weeks and just start the season, which is where we're at now, thankfully. We're obviously on the road for the first X amount of games. That's fine, we'll deal with it. But listen, it comes from each individual on the team. Personally, they have to want it. They have to be hungry to do well. For whatever reason, whatever it is, some of them are their motivation is to get to the next level. Some of them just have that hunger, they want to win no matter where they are, no matter what level they're at. They just want to win, and that's the kind of player that they are. Like Rob Cornwall, for instance, a winner, just wants to win. No matter who he's playing against, even if it's a training five-a-side, I just want to win. Irvin Para, Arthur Rogers. Some big players for us. And as a group, every day in training, even if it's a tech ball table game, no matter what we're doing, it's competitive and guys want to win. That comes from inside. You have to want it. I can't coach that. It's just something that you have, and obviously there's some of the players that's something that we look for when we're recruiting a player. So I think everybody here is hungry to get the season started and just hungry to be successful and bring silverware to Northern Colorado.
Colin, what are this team's biggest strengths heading into the the season opener, rather?
Biggest strengths?
Yeah.
I think the majority of the squad know the league. Obviously, we got some new pieces, but as Éamon said, some of them need. Trust me, I've been there. Some of them will need 12 months under the belt playing over here. USL is a different style of football from a lot of these places that they've been.
I bet.
So we expect them to kick on now. The ones that were here last year have a bigger and better season than last. The ones that we brought in know the league. A lot of them know the league as well. So I think a lot of them know how to get the job done. Now it's me and Éamon's job to be able to push the right buttons on a daily basis to make sure they're motivated and have that hunger consistently. And the good thing is they're saying all the right things. I see it in the training sessions that with their actions, how they're handling themselves. They want to win. I think we're going to be a very, very competitive team regarding never give up type of attitudes. And we'll keep playing right till the end. I think that's the kind of group we have, my feeling on it. And then obviously we're looking for the quality to come out in the group to win us as many points as we can. But yeah, I think, as Éamon said, we're at that point now. You can see it in pre-season, starting to get a little bit chippy, and that tells me pre-season's gone on long enough, and these boys are ready to rock and roll. And thankfully, that's just around the corner come Saturday night.
Need some fresh meat.
Yes.
There we go. So you see him in training every day. What can fans in Northern Colorado, when it comes to play on the pitch, what can they expect from this group?
Well, if pre-season's anything to go by, goals, and loads of goals.
Let's see it.
Look, as coaches, we obviously want to play an attractive style of football. First and foremost, we want to win. So as Colin mentioned, if you're coming to watch a Northern Colorado Hailstorm game, what I would like a fan to be watching on the pitch is guys absolutely working for each other, an intense work rate to try and win that ball back. First and foremost, guys that never give up. A lot of the teams I play for, the fan favourites were always players that possibly weren't the most quality player, but they were always the player that just gave 100%. No matter what game, no matter the score, they just gave 100%. And that's something that me and Colin will demand from the players. And if you're watching a game, you should be seeing all our players giving 110% every game, every action. And then with the ball, we have quality. Like, we have quality that will hurt teams, and quality that will unlock teams to score goals. I'm an attacker, obviously, by trade. And again, you asked earlier how do we complement each other? How do we work with each other? I'm an attacker. I want to score goals. Colin was a defender. He wants to keep the ball out of the net.
Right.
Bring that together, and you have a heck of a team that will work and hustle and try to win that ball back and try to stop that ball from going in our net. And at the same time, when we have it, desperate to score a goal. So that's what you'll see. You'll see guys that are giving everything for the club, for the area, for Northern Colorado, Windsor, Loveland, for Collins, Greeley, Severance.
Hope you didn't forget anyone there.
I know, I'm thinking. No.
You touched a lot of them. That's a lot of them, yeah.
Cheyenne, if you want to come down and watch a game.
Yeah.
No, guys will leave it all out there on the pitch. And then we have quality. We have quality that will hurt teams and will score goals. And look, there's players there as well. I don't want to single out any players, but we have players that are nice players to watch. I mean, last year I know we had a couple of super fans who absolutely loved watching Stefan Lukic day in, day out, and they came just to support him. I mean, I'd be hearing it on the sideline, put Stefan on when he wasn't playing. But Steph is the kind of player that of course fans would like to watch him. He's skillful, he's technical, he's from Serbia, plays like a Brazilian. He's a lovely player to watch. Marky Hernandez, when he's fully fit, a little live wire, he's a 5 foot so, little live wire in the ball, wants to get it, wants to dribble out at players. Again, exciting to watch. Irvin Parra, all action, doesn't stop, always looking to do something on the pitch. You know, we have a couple of locals, Trevor Éamon, goal scorer.
Yeah.
You know, we have Destan Norman from Fort Collins, who
Yeah,
obviously
Fort
scored
Collins kid, yeah.
the last goal of the season last year. So we have a couple of local boys, McCain Clark, who's from Denver as well, young 18-year-old. Exciting to see how he develops. He could develop to be a really top player. But again, we're hoping that we can develop him to be that player. So again, as a fan, it'd be interesting to watch him and see his progress. Some of the players that we've signed, some of the newer players that I haven't mentioned, Billy King. Billy King out on the wide left or wide right. Again, a live wire, wants the ball. When he gets the ball, he's always looking to do something. Valentin Sabella, again, technically very good on the ball. Scored some wonder goals for Charlotte Independence in the USL Championship when he was playing with them.
Yeah.
Some really top goals. So, no, we have a lot of exciting players for fans to really get behind.
Growth going on at our complex, growth going on the team. It's going to be really exciting to watch, and you can watch it here at Peculiar on Saturday night. We're having our first watch party of the season, and of course you can catch the Hailstorm when they come home on May 27th for their first home match. Until then, go ahead and follow us on social media at NoCo Hailstorm FC on all platforms, and subscribe to us on YouTube. That's where you can find this video, obviously. Buy tickets, all that good stuff. I want to thank these guys a lot for their time today. This has been a great conversation. Lots of good stuff coming. It starts on Saturday. Until then, I'll leave you with this. Hail yeah.